everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Heidi from My Reading Life, and I'm here tonight to film a very belated tag video. This is the Booktube Community Tag, originally created by Richardson Reads, and I was tagged by Richardson Reads back when he did this tag back in August. Oh dear. And I have had this list of tags in my bullet journal, and I've been meaning to get to them, and I'm finally going to get to this one tonight. So let's get started because we've all waited long enough. I'm going to be looking down at my handy dandy notes that I took, and here we go. Question 1. How long have you been watching Booktube? I have been watching Booktube for over 2 years. I started watching Booktube about a year before I started making my own videos. That leads me to question 2. How long have you been a booktuber? I posted my first video in March of 2017. So it's been a little, well, getting on to close to 2 years now. It's almost 2 years that I've been a booktuber. How many countries do you have on your subscriber list? This is hard to find, but I think I did finally find the analytics section in YouTube, and I believe I have 11 countries on my that are subscribed to me. Most often the subscribers that I have are from English-speaking countries like the US, Canada, the UK, but I did notice that Kenya is on there, so that's awesome. Hi everyone that's in Kenya that's watching me, because that's awesome. And then another question relating to that, how many countries booktubers do you subscribe to? And I'm not sure about this, but I'm thinking it's probably over a dozen. I know typically the majority of the people I subscribe to, again, are in English-speaking countries, but there's various other countries that I know there are some individuals that I follow, so I would say probably a little over a dozen. Question 4. Describe how you handle your comments section. So I really try hard to answer all of the comments that people leave on my videos that I post. I just feel like that's something I want to do. I want to interact with people who take the time to make a comment on my videos because I appreciate it so much. So there's a little, when you're looking at your YouTube page, your channel page, there's a little bell up in the top right-hand corner that is your notifications, and I usually click on that bell and I just scroll down through till I find the last comment that I know I answered, and I start replying to comments from there. Generally, the only comments are in the last 2 or 3 videos that I've posted, so the 2 or 3 most recent videos that I've posted, or maybe on somebody's commented on a comment I made on their video, and I try to, I might not always respond to those ones, but I generally definitely try to respond to everybody who comments on a video I post. And I think that I do pretty well keeping up with that just through using that notifications button. But they've recently changed how that button works, and it's not as convenient or easy to use, so I may have to rethink my comment strategy here in the near future. And then also as part of question 4 is, do I have regular conversations with certain people? There are certain commenters who comment on almost every one of my videos, so I definitely am having conversations with those folks more regularly, and I certainly appreciate those people who consistently watch my videos and comment, but I also just really love to hear comments from anyone who's watching. So just thank you to everybody who comments on my videos. Question 5. Do you interact with booktubers on other social media? I do a little bit. Generally, I use Twitter, and I interact with a few people on Twitter if they have a Twitter channel that I'm aware of, and somewhat on Goodreads as well. But and I use Voxer some as well, but I don't know that you consider that social media. I guess that's not really social media. But I only really use Twitter and Goodreads. I don't have an Instagram account, and I have a Facebook account, but I don't use it that's mostly family and friends that I know in real life. So question 6 is, do you rely on some booktubers for recommendations? I wouldn't say that I rely on anybody in particular for recommendations. There are certainly I now know some booktubers that have similar tastes to mine, and I know that I can rely on their recommendations. If they recommend certain subject areas, I know I'm pretty likely to like it as well. For example, Doris and I have very similar tastes in nature nonfiction books, so I'm pretty sure if Doris recommends something in that area, I'm gonna like it as well. So I definitely am finding the people but I don't always watch booktube videos for recommendations for myself, because a lot of times I watch people who don't really read books that I read myself, but I still like to watch their videos. So yes and no, I guess, is the answer to that question. Question 7, do you interact with other booktubers on email? Only one so far, for the most part, and that's Robert over at Barter Hordes, and that is for the book prize, the Booktube prize thing that we're going to be doing here in 2019. And he's really the only person that I've interacted with on email for Booktube, I think, although I think maybe Sean and I had to email each other something at one point, but it's not a regular occurrence. Question 8, with tag videos, do you mix it up or do you tend to tag the same people? I am really bad in that I'm very slow to get through my tags, and so a lot of times when I've finally recorded my tag videos, I feel like lots of other people have already done it, so I will just do the generic, if you're watching this, feel free to do it, consider yourself tagged thing. So no, I don't think that I regularly tag the same people, and I'm not real good at mixing it up either, so I'm kind of a failure when it comes to tag videos. Question 9, have you ever mailed books to another booktuber? No, not yet, but I do plan to eventually. I did mail Doris some bookmarks at one point, but no books yet. And then question 10, have you received books in the mail from other booktubers? I have received a book from, 2 books actually, from Patrice, who is not a booktuber per se, but she is a frequent commenter on booktube videos and is active in the community, even though she doesn't post her own videos. So that was very much appreciated. And I am also expecting a book in the mail from Sean, so that's 2 people now that have mailed me something, and thanks to them. Question 11, have you ever visited or been visited by another booktuber? No, I haven't yet, but I look forward to the day when that happens, because I think it would be awesome. Question 12, do you do buddy reads? Is it always with the same people, and are they booktubers? So yes, obviously I do buddy reads. I talk about it all the time on this channel. It's one of my favorite things about Booktube. It is frequently with the same people, but not always. And in fact, I have some buddy reads planned for 2019 with some new folks that I have never buddy read with before. I'm very excited about that. And no, not everybody that I buddy read with is a booktuber. I mentioned Patrice before. I buddy read with her. She doesn't post her own videos. And Alba, who now does make her own videos, but didn't when we started buddy reading together, so that's another person. And then of course I have another handful of people that I have been regularly reading with over 2018, and excited to expand that pool of people that I'm buddy reading with in 2019. And then question 13 is tag some of your friends. Again, I'm way behind on this, so some of you may have already done this, but I am going to try to turn over a new leaf and tag some people anyway. So I am tagging Doris from Aldi Books. I'm going to tag Kazan from Always Doing. I'm going to tag Sean from Sean the Book Maniac. And I'm going to tag Alba from Seriella. And I will link all of their channels down below. And thank you again to Richardson Reads, whose channel I will also link along with his original tag video in the description box below. I think this is a really great tag and super interesting to hear about what everybody is doing with their booktubing and sort of the statistics behind your booktube channel. I find that really interesting and fascinating. I hope you are all doing well and that you are going to find some good books to read this weekend. I know I am, and I will talk to you later.